G'day Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, this project is now finished frame, roof's on, and I'm just starting the process of wrapping up. I'm on site today. All the boys have the day off, so it's just me here. Let's flip this camera in. I'll go show you how it's going. So yeah, it's all zinc aluminum roof and wall cladding as well, with a few bits of cordon steel. There the bay window is, another bay window there. The whole idea, it's meant to look like a rustic farm shed, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so I've just started the wrapping, and you can see here you've got the Trade Select product from Thermalux. So yeah, the wrap's actually about installed 50mm lower than an air seal plate, and we'll put a bead of polyurethane in between that wrap and that plate, and squash that down there to get a nice continuous air seal. But then the idea is that any vapor or moisture condensation that forms in the wall cavity can then, it's 50mm below it, and it's not going to, go back up to where the plates are. So as I already showed you guys, we've got our California corners on all the corners, but there's a few spots like here we've actually got some load bearing studs, and then I hope you can pick that up, that you can see that we can't install insulation bat in there afterwards. So being organised, got a few bats on site, that way we can insulate those corners. And they're definitely always a cold spot in winter and hot spot in summer. There's a couple others, you see, yeah, one up there that we're done, and obviously, as I showed the other day, insulated the back of the power trusses. But yeah, no, it's all coming up really well. Whoop. Don't mind that, that's a structural LVL, that's definitely not a plank I wouldn't encourage, or definitely wouldn't walk or anything like that. So when you're wrapping the house, it's really important to pay attention to detail. Like, I sort of consider it to like wrapping up a parcel for Christmas or birthdays and that. Like, always take your pride, make sure it's all wrapped up neat for that little nephew or that. But, like in a serious note, like it is important to make sure you do, because one, it's sealing up your insulation bats or the inside of the home, to make sure that cold air can't get through to them to get better performance out of insulation. Another one is the condensation management. So if your wrap's not sealed up real tight, that potentially condensation can form inside those cavities or that in that stud wall, and get you slowly degrade your frame. So yeah, with that being said, it's always important, as I was saying, like we started that wrap 50mm lower than our plates, so any condensation can flow down. Obviously haven't taped this here yet, but that's got a nice overlap, 150mm. So you always start at the bottom, work your way up, and similar when you do your tapes, it's really important. It's not as important, but it's good practice to try and do your tapes that way, like a shingle saw lapping, that start at the bottom, work your way up. That way, if for whatever reason the tape does give way, it's got a positive overlap, and water's not going to penetrate through. So you can see these ones here, I've done the same thing, where we've got it all detailed around the those rafter tails. So yeah, we've done majority of our wrapping. We've just got this little upstand the truss and the parapets there to wrap now. But I want to show you how we detailed the windows on this project. So you can see here we've got Ultimate Windows UPVC Zendow range, so low E coating, double glazed windows, and yeah, high performance frame UPVC. So yeah, it's all taped and sealed. You can see we're taped up in there, taped across the top, and then down the other side. What we do, which is very different to sort of high performance construction that I know of, is we actually leave that bottom unsealed. We do have foam rod backing and polyurethane at the back for air tightness, but the whole purpose is that, well, this is probably not a good example because it's got an eave above it, but the whole purpose is, like say this window here, which isn't taped yet, but that's got a parapet, so it's got no real vertical protection over it. So in the 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 years down the track, this window does slowly break down over a period of time, that this frame, any moisture that gets in behind here or under there, it can drain out, and you'll see that our building wrap returns all the way back internally, And as I said, we have the foam backing rod and polyurethane, so it's 100% sealed up. And then we have this seal pan from Durasil across here, taped across there. So yeah, any moisture that does get in here can then drain out and down our ventilated wall cavity. Yeah, I can't take credit for those window details. That's from Brad from Sanford Building. So go check out his page and see how he does his windows. So just inside, we'll sneak up on Sedgwick and show him how he's detailing the window. So you see, there's our foam backing rod. And then all he does is a bead of polyurethane rod around there. So then that just seals it up so it's airtight. I was showing out there, there's our building wrap that gets returned all the way to the internal part of our frame.